Good evening, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. For those of you that don't know me, I am the congressional candidate for CD 23, and we're going to flip it red. You're probably concerned about why I just said that, because we're not getting that type of representation. But I'm going to tell you who I am. I welcome you to look me up, do your research, because it's important to know your candidates. Who are we and where we come from? I'm born and raised in El Paso, Texas. I used to live in San Antonio. I'm currently living in Dallas right now, but I'm making my way down here. I'm waiting for my son to graduate from high school, and he graduates May 26th, and I'll be back here in Bexar County. A lot of stuff happened to me in my career, and I've seen a lot, especially at the border, and I frankly have had enough. We are, as we sit in this room, are being invaded by millions of people from all over the world. And I'm tired of our laws and our Constitution being disrespected not only by the Biden administration, but the rest of the world as well. I've worked at every level of the government, the county, here in Texas, the state, as a state parole officer. When I lived in San Antonio, I was a federal probation officer, and of course a special agent for Homeland Security investigations under ICE. But what I bring and what separates me, not only just my experience, is that I've seen and dealt with on a daily basis what is happening at the border right now, on both sides of the border. From El Paso to San Antonio, Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Hudspeth County, Alpine, but also in Mexico as a US diplomat and in Europe, representing our country and defending our homeland. I've paid with blood, sweat, and tears, literally. My partner and I were ambushed in 2011 by Los Zetas cartel. And Agent Zapata was tragically killed next to me. And I'm here by the grace of God after being shot 3 times. So this is personal. It's very personal, because I don't like the direction that our country is going in. Yes, border security is my expertise, but I'm a conservative. I was born and raised as a conservative. People ask me all the time, when did you become a conservative? I didn't become a conservative. My parents raised me that way. And so I want to do something very different, and it sounds very fundamental, but that's what I want to do in this race. Take things back to fundamentals. Family, faith, country. It's time to give the power back to the people. I want to work for you. I'm applying for a job here. Too many of our politicians immediately forget about that. And they go to Washington, they tell you one thing to your face, and then do completely the opposite in Washington, D.C., and that's a betrayal. That's a betrayal. What you see is what you get with me. I'm very straightforward. I welcome any questions from you, and I'll answer them. I'm going to bring integrity back, which is missing. And something that I lost when I almost lost my life, I also lost fear, because I left it that day in Mexico, and it's a horrible feeling that I don't wish upon anyone. It's an ugly feeling of fear. But I've left it behind. I don't fear politicians. I fear God and my dad. Not Washington, not the swamp. I will talk to anyone you put me in front of. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to be a conservative or an American. I will put Americans first. I will put District 23 first. And it's not just border security. Public safety, national security, healthcare, rural healthcare, the economy. Someone must stand up, and instead of fighting with our own party, is to help get the bills passed that supports the district. Instead of being a person that's going to be there to be a burden and question as to what are you doing? You're not going to get that from me. It's accountability. We need accountability. I want to welcome you to join me If you support me, you're going to be joining a team that's going to make a big difference. There's no one like me running before in Congress. I'll tell you that. Besides my expertise that I want to share and I want to really put into practice, and I'm talking about expertise like negotiating, because I've negotiated at very different levels in my career. Mexico is one of them. Let me tell you really quick about Mexico. They're not our friend. They're not our friend. They're being a terrible neighbor. And they're doing nothing right now. No one is holding them accountable. But I know how to talk to them. Now, the incumbent has gone over there with a bunch of Democrats to talk to the president of Mexico. He just had a very different conversation than the one I would have had. I would have gone over there and talked to him about our country and their responsibility to do something on their side of the border. Yes, I'm for sanctions. Yes, I'm for tariffs. Yes, I'm for designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations the real way, not just talking about it and saying to the people that I want them labeled, but really what it does is ask the State Department to do a study about it. I did the study for 20 years. I have 3 bullet holes to show you about it. They're terrorists. They have been terrorizing our country and killing us with fentanyl pills. I'm a subject matter expert in human trafficking. I rescued countless women and children from horrific conditions that I put one example in my book because I want people to know what other human beings are capable to do to another, especially a child. It's evil. And this is a fight, really, about good versus evil. It's not even, I don't know why the Democrats are against public safety and national security. I think we all should be on the same page about that. The people on the ranches and the people on the border from Bexar County, they've been betrayed, they've been abandoned. The sheriffs need help. I'm there because I've been there. I want to help them. I want to help you. I want to represent you. I want to be your voice. You will get a voice back in Washington, D.C. with me. I know how to negotiate with them. I'll knock on the doors. I'm not afraid to, because it's politically correct to do it this way. We're way beyond those days. We need to approach it fearless. And I will put you first. And I always will do one thing, and I'll finish with this. I will always put God first. And my decisions will come based on that. Thank you. These were the Victor Avila.